Can we improve upon a chicken wing that, dare I say, is already near perfect? Well, today we're gonna find out. Hey, I'm James from Smoking Dad Barbecue, and if you've been tracking with my channel for a while, you know we've already cooked the perfect chicken wing. Twice. See, the first perfect chicken wing, I shared one of my favorite methods at the time, which is using a basket on my Rotisserie, because we toss the wings in their own fats and juices, and it comes out as if they've been deep fried. But the only thing holding me back from going to this method all the time is just how much of a pain this basket is to clean. The second world's best chicken wing is one where I started using the slow roller. And now one of the challenges with the Kamado grill without the slow roller is that you don't get access to the entire grid. And especially important if you're cooking on the Kamado Joe Classic, where you only have 18 inches of real estate. Trying to avoid those outer rings where the heat comes up and around those deflector plates is near impossible. But the slow roller solves all of that, and it turns our 18-inch grill surface almost into like a plancha. It's perfectly even temperature from front to back. I recently tested this with 2 digital probes, and I was getting a 1 degree difference from the front to the back of the grill. So I absolutely love how consistent the slow roller is. But it's not without its faults either, because the slow roller is a little difficult to keep clean, and so all those chicken fat droppings, you either have to cover it with a large drip tray, which may interfere with some of the benefit of the slow roller, or if you don't do that, you've got a bit of a mess on your hands. So where do we go from here? Well, one of my subscribers reached out, thanks Mark, and let me know he thinks he's improved on both of my methods and can't wait for me to try it. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine fusion methods here. We're going to start our wings off in the basket, and then we're going to transfer them from the basket to the sauce and then put them over direct heat. And so not only should this solve no dirty slow roller, it'll make the basket easier to clean. We still get the benefit of the wings tossing and basting in their own fat, which should be amazing. But we also get the benefit of that direct over the fire cooking to really make sure that we get crispy skin. So as soon as Mark told me this method of how he's been playing with my 2 methods, I couldn't wait to put it to the test and let you know if for the 3rd time we've got the world's best chicken wing. Let's get started. So we're gonna be cooking on the Kamado Joe Big Joe today. Oh, just like you're getting big. And if you followed any of my previous videos, you already know the temperature that we want to hit is somewhere in that 400 to 450 degree range. So first order of business, we're going to clean out our grill, remove our divide and conquer, our grill grates and everything, and start our fire. Then I'll rejoin you inside when we want to prep and season our wings to get them ready for our cook. Let's fire it up. You fired up? All right, so we got our Big Joe cleaned out and ready to go. Added a little bit more charcoal. Let's go ahead and fire it up. All right, now that we got our coals raked to the back, which I forgot to do earlier, go ahead and close our dome with our top vent all the way open until we get a little bit closer to 400 degrees. All right, we're ready to rock and roll, get some seasoning on our wings. Let's just get them spread out so we can get some salt and some seasoning all over. Since I'm gonna use my house rub today, which doesn't have any salt in it. I like to dry brine a lot of things ahead of time. So we need to add the salt as this doesn't have any salt in it, but we've got some black pepper, garlic, onions, smoked paprika, a little bit of celery seed, and some cayenne. So I'll put the exact amount down below for our house rub, as well as some of those recommended extras if you want to go ahead and add that to your rub. So I'll take you fast forward while we transfer these over, get them seasoned up, then we'll move them to our basket, add our spit, and we'll be ready to head out back outside to the Big Joe. Okay, so now that we got these seasoned up on both sides, let's go ahead and transfer them to our Napoleon basket. A couple of you guys have asked in previous videos how many wings were fitting, and so I never had the package in front of me to look, but this is just about 2.2 kilograms or just under 5 pounds. The other benefit also of this rub, I forgot to mention earlier, is we're not adding any sugar. So this is also 100% keto free to this point. The sauce that we're going to add in total will have 2 carbohydrates, but that's going to be spread out across all of these wings. So we're sticking with keto friendly here. And I absolutely love chicken wings, the fact that they make this diet. So let's go ahead and transfer these over to our Napoleon basket. We'll install the second half, which clips in just like this. And then we'll close it all up. Take you fast forward for that. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's head outside. All right, our Joe is just up almost to 500 degrees, so let's go ahead and close our top vent and our bottom vent down to about 1 finger. The next thing we're gonna do is drop in our Joe Rotisserie. Grab our power unit and our wings. Slide that into position. So the nice thing on the Big Joe is that you can actually tighten these screws. On the Classic, turn this on the Classic you need to leave them undone so that they don't scrape the side of the Joe Rotisserie. All this extra space is great. First time I've tried wings this way on the Big Joe, so I can't wait to see how they turn out. Anyways, enough chit chat here with the dome open. Let's go ahead and close that up. Close our dome, adjust our top vent, and we'll set our timer for 20 minutes. All right, so I ended up settling on 18 minutes, split the difference between that 15 to 20 minute window. And while this isn't part of it, I'm a sucker for a bit of Inferno mode because it just looks so cool. So let me show you what we've got going on, but it's time to now pull these off and transfer them to our bowl, sauce them, install our grids. We're gonna do some good old-fashioned grilling. Gonna have a little bit of fun raking the coals back into position. So I'll move the camera a little bit closer so you can see everything that's going on right now and what we need to do for our last step. All right, so as awesome that is, sadly, we need to bring this Inferno mode session to an end. So I'm just gonna start by closing the bottom draft door just to help settle things down. Won't really help while we've got our dome wide open, but it will as soon as we put everything into place. Let's turn off our Joe Rotisserie. Slide out our motor. I'm going to undo our screws here so we can get the basket off of the spit. And best I can, I'm going to see if I can dump these in to our sauce bowl. I think we'll be okay. All right, so these are getting close to fully cooked, but as you can tell, just don't quite have that skin texture that we want yet. So what we're gonna do now is gonna get my Joe Rotisserie ring off, set it aside so it can cool. Then gonna rake some of our coals over. I absolutely love this tool. Started off, when I first started cooking on a Kamado cooker, I never used my ash tool, but I never had Joe Rotisserie and multi-dividing space. But being able to fire different spots of our food and just play with these coals, man, just does something for me. So this is a lot of fun. And if it was even colder today, we got a nice mild day, middle of winter, that'd be a great way to stay warm. So that's good. So now what I'm gonna do is drop in our divide and conquer rack and get some cooking grids, which I think with that much heat, I'm gonna go for the top grid. I was thinking originally maybe the second grid, but I might have overdone it by adding a little bit too much fire fuel into our Big Joe here, so I think top grid will be just fine for today. Drop in our grids just like that. Gonna go ahead and open the bottom vent back up to about a pinky's width. And then I'm going to just close the Joe and adjust our top vent here fairly tight just for a minute, just to settle those coals a little bit more so we have some control. While that's going on, let's go ahead and get some sauce on these so they can begin to tack up, pardon me. So maybe 3-4 minutes, we'll be ready to throw these on the grill. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some tongs because we're gonna flip these every 3-4 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and do some good old-fashioned grilling. Looks like our coals settled down nicely in 2-3 minutes. So we can get away with this. I'm just gonna spread them out so it's easier to do some tossing and turning and flipping. All right, now that we got a little bit of social distancing going on with our wings, let's give them 5 minutes. Just gonna open the vent back up and we'll see you in 5. All right, let's do some flipping. That's looking promising. But I think we can actually afford to go. Couple more minutes. All right, let's give these a flip now. These are looking good. I'm gonna get some of the done ones off and give the outer ones on the outside edge just a little bit more time. All right, the rest of these are looking really nice. Let's go ahead and pull them off as well. Get ready for my favorite part, the taste test. See if we've got a new favorite method. From the looks of it, they got a chance. Okay, I'm gonna adjust my bottom vent down to 1 finger, top vent a little bit, and I'm just gonna leave that for a couple minutes so that it can do some of the hard work cleaning our grill, so that way I can scrape it hot and then shut everything down to be clean, ready to go for next time. Let's get these inside plated up and I'll rejoin you in a minute for a taste test. All right, let's do our taste test. Now, the judge may be a little unfair and a little biased because I took our wings in and I was greeted with my entire family. In my mind, they were doing this, but really what they just said is best wings ever, Dad. And so I already feel really encouraged for how this is gonna taste. May influence my rating here, knowing that there's a round of clapping going on inside. So I just wanna go back in and soak that up. Yeah. Anyways, let's get in and have a taste test and find out if we actually do, in fact, have a new champion in town. So let's start with the flat and then we'll do our drum. All right, let's go in for our bite. You don't even need to wait for the drum. Number 1, hands down, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Ooh. So thank you to my subscriber, Mark, you brilliant genius. You know who you are. You reached out with this idea of a hybrid fusion recipe combining what we love, the Rotisserie, along with some direct grilling to get a new number 1 wing. This is phenomenal, and the basket, which I normally love using, but it's really hard to clean, is much, much cleaner versus not having that sauce on it, which has really what got all black and sticky and gooey. So it looks easy to clean. So I'll put a link down below if you haven't already seen that basket. You can find it at most barbecue stores. I think Amazon carries it as well, but it's made by Napoleon. And for wings this good, it's gonna get a Smokin' Dad 2 thumbs up. That was awesome. Anyways, just like that, we've reached the end of another video. If you enjoyed this one, please let YouTube know by smashing that like button. Hey, and let me know by hitting subscribe to catch future videos. Until next time, I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue signing off. And remember, don't be afraid, fire it up.